Daylight, my MVVs, welcome. Now, we also got another report that there's been a very serious, outburst in the palace, emotional outburst that has to do with the fact that the Ooni of Ife favors Ebony while restricting gospel's kids, Blublu and Oletik. Like Blublu and Oletik and gospel are just bringing the entire palace down over this decision of the Ooni of Ife. Now, if you have been following this trend for a very long time, for those who have actually been following the trend, you know that Ebony has a girl. That girl should be about, if not 7, about 8. About that, I stand to be corrected, a pretty girl. And recently, when Ebony came back this time, I noticed that that child did not come back with Ebony, okay? The girl did not come, apparently because, of course, children are in school in the UK right now. So, that child has literally grown up in the palace of the Ooni of Ife. Ebony has always been there. Ebony is from Ile Ife. She comes from the Lafogidi household and or the Lafogidi dynasty. They love to be called that way. And one thing we do know is that Ebony has like forever lived in the palace of the Ooni of Ife. As a matter of fact, Ebony was an ayaba in the palace of the Ooni of Ife. Ebony was living inside that palace before the Ooni of Ife went ahead to marry Olori Naomi and brought into the palace of the Ooni of Ife. Now, that child has always been there with Ebony. So that child sees Ooni of Ife as Baba, okay? And Ooni of Ife also sees that girl as his daughter. Now, I want to believe that with this kind of connection, long-standing connection that they have built over the years, it's been very difficult for Ooni of Ife to make this decision about non-royal kids affect that child. Just maybe that is the reason. But when this issue of gospel, it's gospel that started this thing again. This thing had been there for a very long time. We've not heard about issues with the non-royal kids and all of that. Everywhere has been quiet, apart from when they say the father of that child, that is a Ebony child, had come to make small problem when we thought that they were going to change the girl's name and all of that. But after that time, there's not been any problem until recently Gospel went to go and carry her 2 children into the palace. Now, Ooni of Ife got very upset. And now you do know that this period is not a period to try and upset the monarch, because it's not the best of a period for the monarch. On one hand, he is trying to fix everything between himself and Olori Naomi. They are trying for the ritual to go through so that they will have stability on that part. On the other hand, there is Dr. Elizabeth, who is said to have lost the pregnancy and has, been through so much already. And with the buzzbuzz that is happening left, right, and center, it's not the finest of time for the Ooni of Ife. And to come and provoke him like this is what is not acceptable. They said after the birthday event on Sunday, it was when Ooni of Ife got the information that the children were right there inside the palace. They said the monarch did not take it kindly. He was very upset. He was upset over the level of disrespect and disregard towards his authority. He was upset over a whole lot of things. And it was out of this anger that he decided to make it known to the wives again that non-royal kids are not allowed in the palace. And now this time it affected Oletik, it affected Blublu, and also affected Gospel. Now, the question is that the wife, Oletik, Blublu, and Gospel, they are very, very upset. They have expressed their anger and all of that. Now, why are they upset? This role is tied around other Oloris. Ekpe has 2 children, even though there is also a report that those 2 kids are not for. Well, They are Ikpe's kids. If she adopted a kid, why will I say, or why will anybody say they are not her kids? They are her kids. They say that those two kids, she adopted the kids. That's what we are hearing. I don't know. That's what we are hearing. But there are a lot of people who say they know them. Okay? A lot of people who say they know them, that the kids are Ikpe's kids. Okay? Now, it's looking as if the decree that the monarch gave concerning non-royal kids is basically affecting gospel kids, affecting Ikpe's kids, affecting Blublu's kids, and affecting Oletik's kids. The same kids that Oletik has been carrying around taking pictures with, and they say that those kids are not for Oletik, that they belong to the sister also. I don't know, okay? Now, it has affected all of them, but it's not affecting Ebony's daughter. Ebony's daughter is allowed to come stay in the palace with her mother. They said Kabiyesi is saying that it's because that child has always lived in the palace of the Ooni of Ife. Now, other Oloris are saying, if you say that this is the standard, you do not want our kids in the palace. Ebony's kid has no right to be in the palace. You do know that right now the girl is not in the palace. Maybe that is what the mother was trying to avoid, but a lot of people are thinking that, okay, the mother did not bring the girl because Ebony loved that girl so much. That girl is Ebony's handbag. So a lot of people are thinking that the mother may not have brought the girl, that is Ebony's daughter, may not have come because it is school period. But who knows, maybe this is what Ebony tried to avoid that made the girl not to come. But Ikpe and others, they are saying that you cannot give this decree and it has to do with only our kids. You don't want us to come with our kids to the palace. Let it be applicable to anybody who has got kids outside the palace. Yes, it shouldn't be for one person and the other person is not affected. And apparently they are referring to Ebony's daughter. And the reason why their argument right now is not even making any sense is because Ebony's daughter is not even in the palace. Now, I do think that the reason why they are fighting her so much is because if it had been some other person, she'll be the one who will fight more than anything. Because when it comes to Ebony, it's all about her. She doesn't think about any other person. That if all the information that we keep getting is the truth, that when it comes to Ebony, it's all about her. It does not matter any other person. Because for somebody to give birth to a child, for a man who has gotten 2 boys, and you come and say your son is the crown prince, it shows the level of self-centeredness that is in you. And so they say that is how she thinks. And apparently it is based on this that is making others want to make the situation difficult for her. Letting people know that if it had been Ebony, Ebony would not think about any other person but herself. I'm going to bring you more update. Do not forget that these are all alleged rumors, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact.